Grandparent genetic testing. There are many reasons you may wish to do a DNA test. Many people have the need to know about a relationship for personal reasons. Knowing the truth before including it in your will for an inheritance. Social Security may require a DNA test for survivor benefits. Adoption agencies may need to verify a family relationship through DNA. Whenever possible, a paternity test, with the possible father, is the best option. Sometimes, the suspected father is not available for a paternity test. Even when this is the case, it is still important to know the truth about your biological family. A grandparent DNA test is one way these questions can be answered. Each parent gives their child 50% of their DNA. In a paternity test, we can subtract out a mother's DNA from the child's DNA, which leaves only the DNA the father contributed. We can then tell if a child is that man's biological son or daughter. Each paternal grandparent gives their biological grandchild 25% of their DNA. This is how we test to determine if someone is the grandparent of a child. Since each grandparent gives 50% of their DNA to their son, who is the suspected father, when both grandparents contribute their DNA to test a child, it is the same as if the biological father is testing. If both grandparents cannot send their DNA for testing, there are still two other ways we can do a grandparent DNA test to give an accurate answer to the question of paternity. One way to do the testing is with one grandparent and the mother of the child. Since the mother gave her child 50% of her DNA, and the grandparent gives 25% of the DNA from the father's side, we can use these DNA samples. In this case, we would use the child's DNA profile, and then subtract from her DNA, the DNA her mom has given her. This means only the father's side is left, and we can adjust the testing to account for these DNA contributions. There are times that the mother is not available to test, or for many reasons her DNA may not wish to be included. What happens then? We can still do the testing. The test becomes a single grandparent test. We will examine the DNA of the grandparent, compared to the child, and do a detailed analysis of each person's DNA, which are referred to as genetic markers. Journey genetic testing insists on 24 markers being used, rather than the standard 16 to 20 markers that other companies use, because we believe it is more accurate to do so. While 24 markers will give a conclusive answer in almost all of our testing, sometimes it is necessary to test additional genetic markers. When this happens in a grandparent test, we will automatically upgrade your testing to study up to 35 markers, for the strongest results possible. We can do all of this testing, once the DNA samples have arrived at the lab, in just 1 to 2 business days. Your results are then emailed in a PDF, to be able to get you this important answer, as quickly as possible. You can also choose to have them mailed to you as well. Remember, when the possible father is not available, and you want to do DNA testing, grandparent DNA tests will give you the answers you need. The testing is quick and easy to do, with just a mouth swab, and it is 100% accurate in the results, because our findings are only based on the DNA you send to the lab. We can help you know before they grow. For more information about grandparent testing, or the other DNA tests that Journey Genetic Testing offers, please visit us at DNA Lab.